William Nylander has just signed the largest total value contract in Toronto Maple Leafs history. Now, this is a major risk for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I really don't know what I think about this yet. This just happened, but we're going to be breaking down the whole contract as, just in general, why it's a major risk and everything about it. But before we get into all of that, we notice that 83% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. So if you're looking for a spot to get all your news around the NHL and join the road to Macklin Celebrini, it would mean the world to us if you could hit that sub button and join us along this journey. But like I said, we have some major news. One of the biggest contract extensions that we've seen in a long time, coming out from Chris Johnson originally. This is officially official. William Nylander lands the largest total value contract in Leafs history with $92 million over 8 years, which is average of 11.5 a season. The deal includes a full no movement clause and significant signing bonuses throughout his his tenure with the Maple Leafs. Now this, like I said, is a absolutely ridiculous contract. Now it's also a major risk, and I'll explain why in a minute, but original thoughts of the contract that we've been hearing is William Nylander was going to be, they were making an effort to push on Nylander, get close to an extension. Over the past few days and weeks, we've seen it get closer and closer and closer and closer. And this morning, it finally broke that the deal might be made today, and now, moments ago, it has officially been done. But, like I said, this is the huge risk portion of it. It comes from Bleacher Report Sports, or Open Ice, excuse me. Can the Maple Leafs win a Stanley Cup with a core four making $46.65 million against the cap? Now, we're not going to be focusing on the first part here. Can the Leafs win a cup? Now, obviously, with this roster the Maple Leafs have, they can win a cup, no issue. Obviously, apart from all the mind games and everything, the talent on this team can win a cup. There's no question about that. However, $46.65 million is nearly just about half of an NHL salary cap per team. And four forwards making that is a bit absurd. No team, I think, in the league will have anywhere near that of their top players making an added amount of, $46, near $50 million. Now, the cap is projected to go up over the next few seasons. In this season, off-season, it's projected to go up $4 million. And now, around that, obviously, that's a major boost to the Maple Leafs being able to do this. They have a few expiring contracts this season, such as, Matt Murray, John Klingberg, Max Domi, Tyler Bertuzzi, a lot of players that are going to be expiring, and that kind of leads them to not being able to re-sign some more players like that. Obviously, a lot of those guys didn't work out. It's not going to be perfect every contract. However, you're kind of limiting your options when you do sign someone like Nylander for this contract. Now, obviously, this season, he's playing like he deserves all of that money. There's no question about it. This season, absolutely fantastic, putting up 54 points in 37 games, and over the past few seasons, 2 seasons as well, being just about point per game. But he's obviously on a path to a career year. And the real question is, though, will he keep that up? We don't really know yet. Obviously, it's only early in this season, too, so we'll see what he ends the season with and everything before we get into the next season stuff. But this is a very risky deal. We speculated, do the Maple Leafs have enough money to be able to sign this contract? Do the Maple Leafs have enough money to give him term on this contract? Was the real question as well. We've been seeing, at the beginning of the season, $9 million, $8.5, $9 million. Now, at this point in the season, obviously, it's $11.5 million with the contract being signed, but it's a lot of money. Kind of at a loss for words here on it, to be honest with you, because the Leafs don't have a lot of great defensemen, a top goalie, and they're spending half their salary cap on 4 players. Now, obviously, all these players are very good. They're still excellent players in the NHL. There's been a lot of speculation about, will they have to move someone? Will one of them have to be moved in the deal to get William Nylander? Will William Nylander be traded to get some defensemen and a goalie? Or will he be let to walk in free agency? We're speculating that the Blackhawks should certainly go after him if he was made available, because he's a talented player. And the Blackhawks have a lot of money. They have enough money to be able to make this contract, while the Leafs don't, So, Brad Treliving made a few large contract signings in the past 2 years for, now William Nylander and Jonathan Huberdeau previously. We've seen how the Huberdeau one worked out, and after a 115-point season, so we'll have to see what William Nylander does, but, it's a move the Leafs needed to do. to be honest, they really needed to do it. They couldn't afford to let him walk, and I don't think they would have got the value they wanted in return had he been traded. You know, they obviously would have needed some defense. They would have needed a goalie, but they would have lost their top player on the season. Well, I guess you could say him and Matthews are the top players, but Nylander has been playing very well, and he's been one of the only players who have been very consistent over the past few years in playing well, you know, being good in the playoffs, whatnot. And, you know, it's going to be something, it's only going to be something we have to watch. There's not really many options we have about it at this point. 11.5, you know, even though the cap's going up, that's going to be a hard contract to trade if it don't work out. You know, it's not going to be an easy one. We have, you know, Matthews as well, signing an extension going into the next year. Tavares coming near the end of his deal. Marner making a lot of money as well, so it's going to be either very good for the Maple Leafs, having these 4 players for, you know, the time that they need, or it will be very bad if William Nylander, you know, goes back to, I'll pull up his career stats again here, goes back to an early 2018-19 before that. Obviously, he's developed an extreme amount since then. Obviously, that was when he was a kid, but it's still a lot of money, you know. I don't really know what else to say about this, to be honest with you. I'm trying to come up with the words to be able to put this into a perspective that everybody will understand, but it's tough, you know. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say, is I don't know how this contract will work. You can have your opinions on it, you can have your thoughts on it and everything like that. However, you won't have a solid opinion until the game is played out. You know, the contract is well underway. We see him over the next few seasons, because we could say right now, this will be a bad contract. We could say it'll be a good contract, but we don't know until we see how much the cap goes up over the next few years. Well, $4 million this offseason is supposedly confirmed. I don't know if it's fully in place yet. However, it's going to be around that. And that's projected to go up another, you know, similar amount the year after, and then the year after once again. But that could completely change. Like, we don't know if that is going to be certain. This is what Gary Bettman has said. We don't know if it will continue to go up like this, but it kind of needs to for the Maple Leafs. They can't afford to have the cap not go up. Players are only going to want more money now as the game is progressing. Talent gets better, and they're going to want more money. So they're going to be very limited to what they can do with the half of their salary they can use on their whole team. You know, with half being locked up to those 4 players, half goes to the rest of the team, the rest of the contracts on this organization. It'll be something that they're going to need their top 4 to step up for the whole season and the whole contract, you know. They can get lucky with maybe someone taking a good contract, for example, Nick Paul in Tampa, Eriksson in Minnesota. You know, these are contracts that are team-friendly, very good term, very good asking price, and they're there to make this team win. But, you know, these guys are here for it as well, but they're definitely making their money. They're going to need some pay cuts from players that might not want to take pay cuts. They're going to have to if they want to keep them. They're going to need to, you know, work with what they got, because this core 4 is taking up a lot of money. Now, Brad Treliving is projected, or he's supposed to go and talk to the media after today's practice with the Maple Leafs. If anything comes out then, anything breaking, we'll have an update here as well. You know, we'll probably make another video on this in a few days, because obviously it would have been nice to see William Nylander in Chicago. It didn't end up working out for us, however. You know, things will happen though. The Blackhawks have a lot of cap space, a lot of opportunity to make moves. Whether Kyle Davidson will do it or not, we don't know, but we'll be keeping updates on all of this and join the channel for breaking news once again. We made a Twitter. I'll put that in the comments below. Ringside Digest on Twitter if you want to join. If you don't have an opportunity to watch the videos but you want your breaking news, follow that Twitter page. Turn on the notifications. We're posting all the updates from around the NHL, just like your favorite insider. But, you know, that's all I got. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the contract. Obviously, it's a major one. It's going to take some time to sit back and think about it and do some math, I guess, on Cap Friendly and see what you can pull out and work with what the Leafs have and just see what they can do over the next few years. But that's all I got. I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.